ask the questions that we want to ask. We as the residents have worked hard to try to do what we need to do to help this administration succeed. Let me be clear, we do not want this administration to fail. However, we cannot help the administration if we are locked out of board meetings. We need in-person board meetings so that we can speak to our officials about what we need as residents. We want answers to questions. We cannot get them. We will not back down.
What are the questions you have for them?
We have.
Yeah, who hired the sex offender?
Come on,
Who hired the sex offender?
Who hired the sex offender?
The ex-sex offender. The ex-felon.
No.
Who hired him?
Ex-rapist. He's a
The rapist.
And I was put out a meeting and asked questions and the mayor did not like it. So she said, "Well, I'll put me out. I want to know why. I'll put out a meeting."
Is this how tax dollars being spent by hiring ex-felons that have a background that did 24 years for raping young ladies and beating them? Is this how we spending our tax dollars? Are we spending our tax dollars on hiring your cousin that live in the city as opposed to residents that could use a job that live out here in Dolton? You just had a job fair and you could have used them 18 jobs to hire people right here in Dolton that's vested. And I have another question, because I got to ask this question about one of our trustees that's missing in action, that never says one word but the vote with Mayor Henyard, and I want to say his name. Why is he out here? Why is he a trustee? And he never participates in what's really going on.
Andrew Holmes lives on 87th and Lewis. He's not even a Dolton resident. He lives on 87th and Lewis. Wow.
And Riley Rogers, I have to mention his name because he needed a face, so he went and got Andrew Holmes, who knew nothing about municipal law, nothing about being a trustee, haven't taken the time out. Yes, Andrew, and I like you as a person, but I don't like you as a trustee because you will not stand up for the people, and this is about the people. This is not about one of us, this is about all of us. So we will not back down. We're going to stand right here every day if we have to until we get some justice. And not only justice for us, but justice for Alexis Wilson also.
Justice for Alexis, no peace.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Anything?
And I have this one last thing, and this probably won't be the last thing, so I shouldn't say that. Dorothy Brown needs to get her coat, her hat, her boots, and go back to the city of Chicago. We don't need Chicago politics out here in the village of Dolton because she don't know nothing about us. We are not like the people in the city of Chicago. Okay, we care about our community out here. Not saying that they don't care about theirs, but we are a close-knit family. We care about how our dollars are spent. That's why we out here, because we want to know how our dollars are spent. Dorothy Brown have the department heads spearheading different events at their cost and at our cost. Every week we have to have a party. We don't need a party here. We need more police out here. Tiffany needs to get those police officers off her block, watching her house, when the rest of us need police protection out here. She ain't the only one. Maybe you should stop doing what you're doing and you won't need police protection and bulletproof vests. And I have to say this. It's just in my spirit to say this, and I have to say it about single parents. Miss Tiffany Henry, this message is for you because I take single parents very close and dear to my heart. You chose to be a single parent. You wasn't married. As the old people would say, you put the horse before the cart. That's why you're a single parent. They have all kind of Planned Parenthood a single parent. That's what you chose. Other women, husbands like myself, hey, unfortunately, I'm a widow. My husband passed. Okay, we have other women out here that have been beaten by men, such as Lavelle Redmond. Sorry, Lavelle, got to call your name out. Call a spade a spade.
Spade!
Hey, can I ask you a question too?
Yes.
And this is not personal. Now, do you believe in second chance?
Yes, I believe in second chance.
Okay.
Everybody should have a second chance.
Right.
But the second chance should be somewhere, not in the situation that he's in right now, with a badge, and with a squad car with lights.
Right.
Take him, put him in public works, out of sight, out of mind. Because you don't know. I worked for the Department of Corrections for 30 years. I didn't see everything up under the sun. I kid you not. Repeat offenders. Hey, that's how I made my money. Hey, next time you come, bring a friend. That was my motto. You know, unfortunately, you know, a lot of brothers got a raw deal.
What's wrong with
but
his hire?
a lot
What's wrong
of
with
them
his hire?
were guilty. And so it's unheard of that you take this type of guy with this type of background, give him a badge and a squad car with lights. Take him, put him over there, public works, let him work in public works, where he don't have to be around any children.
Did he register? Did he register? I got one more question too. Out of all the positions that was available that Tiffany and Dorthy hired, did they hire any Dolton residents? Any Dolton residents out of 18 positions? You said no Dolton residents?
No, not one Dolton resident.
I'll tell you my story, but today is not the day.
Okay.
Not one.
Okay.
Not one resident.
Okay. So she held a job fair the other day, right?
Right. But she didn't have any openings for, they only had 2 positions that they had applications for.
Okay.
One of the positions, allegedly, was Dorothy Brown's position as the administrator. And then she turned around and gave Dorothy Brown another month. Now, Dorothy Brown made in retirement funds $90,000. Now, she come here and make an additional $100,000. I'm tired of people like her making their money off the backs of blacks. I'm tired of people like her making her money off the backs of blacks.
Right.
And you could have gave that position to somebody else that was qualified. Because remind you, Dorothy sat back in the scene on her job as the county clerk. She had other people doing the job that she should have been doing. She was charging $2 for the employees to wear blue jeans on Fridays. Unheard of. Same thing she done here, with the exception of the blue jeans. She have the department heads putting together events with their money, their resources, and holding them accountable if they don't do it. Nobody should have to come to work and be in fear of their job.
And they're scared.
Go in there and see and talk to the employees. They are scared of getting terminated off their jobs. Now, Tiffany Henyard is wrong because the trustees passed the ordinance, voted on it to take her authority away from her, make her accountable to them with the excuse me, with the consent of the board. So that means they take all the applications, go into executive session, and decide amongst all of them who are they going to hire for the position.
Let's talk about the PR thing.
Yeah, let's talk about the, I noticed all the comments been erased on YouTube. I have a question.
Listen, she don't want to, she do not want you to put any comments up there because you're talking about her. This is what she do. Throw a rock and hide her hand. See? She have buffooned the residents of Dolton. Now, personally, I didn't go for her because I knew she wasn't up to the task of being a trustee, let alone being mayor. Okay?
Speaking about Dorothy Brown, can you tell us about, is it true that Tiffany Hayward nominated her because she had outstanding bills? Is that true or not?
I don't know about that. All I know is after you are thought as a child, your parents pick the godparents for the child. So all of a sudden, all I'm hearing is Tiffany Henyard is Dorothy Brown's godmother. Now I had a lot of friends working for Dorothy Brown's office. I used to participate in a lot of her events. I had never saw Tiffany Henyard at any of them, and especially as her goddaughter. Come on now. You know, so now she got her godmother a job, she got her cousin a job, her cousin's boyfriend a job, you know, and this right here says it all.
Oh, hold it up.
What is that? What is that?
This is myself, Tiffany Henyard, some more trustees and residents out here with tape on our mouth, doing the same identical thing Tiffany Henyard is doing to us now. Because at this particular time, Riley Rogers, and I got to throw his name in there, was trying to shut the trustees down by only having 4 trustees so he could have control of the board and trying to keep us quiet. That's why we have the tape on our mouth. And to keep the residents out, that's why the residents are out there too with tape on their mouth. Same identical thing. A leopard never changed their spots. She's doing everything that she accused Riley Rogers of doing. I think she's doing a better
Now,
job.
can I say something in Tiffany's defense? I just want to say something. No, she said I can't, so I can't say it.
You know what? You know what? And it's unfortunate that the residents out here was bamboozled. You know, you give a free chicken, you give some gas away, you give a box of food away,
Job
and they'll
fair.
vote for you every time.
We have to demand
I have a
more.
question.
That's
Can
good,
someone
but we
speak
need
about
more
the
than
board
that.
meeting last night?
Yes.
What happened to the board meeting? Please elaborate on that, please.
Okay, so last night, of course, we all know that Dolton is one of the villages that are still doing Zoom board meetings. We do not have in-person board meetings. So in the beginning of this administration, first board meeting, we were told that we would be doing citizens address a little bit different. And that a little bit different is that no one would be answering any questions that we ask in the chats. So as time has progressed, things are getting worse. Then it went to, we'll only, if you need your question answered, you have to send an email to some village email to get your questions asked. Now, and then they would never, you know, they would at least read off the questions. They're not doing that anymore. Now it's email your questions at the beginning of the meeting, which you don't know what questions you may or may not have because we have not listened to the meeting. Now it's email your questions. They ask the questions within the first 15 minutes of the meeting.
And never answer them.
And never answered them. And well, they said there weren't any last night. But we also were subject to the comments, and that's our communication, being disabled. That makes no sense. We need to have transparency. The attorney would not even answer the trustees when they asked, was this even legal? Her response was, I will not answer you on a live chat. I'll answer you behind closed doors.
Sort of kind of the same thing she does in Calumet City. We not hiding nothing today, girls.
That's right.
I'm not putting no tape on my mouth. I'm not doing none of that. I have been quiet long enough. Call them out.
So my question is, if we have a village attorney, Shantae Raines Welch,
Hello.
why are you not supporting the residents of Dolton?
Or the trustees.
That is my question. The trustees are residents before they are trustees.
That's right.
We need to support this village. Nobody ever said we wanted this mayor to fail. I have not spoken to this mayor since whatever day she won. Was it April?
She was sworn in May.
She was sworn in May. Well, I hadn't talked to her since before that, so I don't know where her head is. But all I I can say is we won't back down.
Right.
We are residents. I've been in this village since 1999. I'm not going anywhere. No justice, no peace.
What are your demands as
Justice, no
residents?
peace.
What are your demands as residents? What are your
My
demands?
demands are transparency, point blank, period.
We want a recall. We want a recall.
The residents want a
Explain,
recall.
explain that. What's a recall? Somebody who
A
knows what you're
recall.
talking
Tiffany
about.
needs to come out that office. Period. And Dorothy.
Hey,
Hello.
We need a new
we
mayor.
won't back down. We want our police department to keep us safe, not at Village Hall, not just her, everyone. We deserve better. We have been bamboozled. We will not back down.
So let me ask you a question. What is some of the suggestions that you want to do for this person that's a sex offender? You want him fired or go to another department? What do you?
No, fire.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Out of door. Back in jail.
Here's my
let's
question.
get it.
Was his hire legal?
Okay, so here's the question.
He should have been fired. He shouldn't have been
Let her
fired.
speak.
shouldn't
Come
have
on
been
up and
fired.
speak,
He
mama.
should
Come
not
on.
be working here.
There you go.
He should not be working here. Has anybody out here been molested as a child or abused or raped? Do you know what it's feeling like?
Do you know
Should
what
he
it's
have
like
a
to go
second
through that
chance
your entire
to
life?
rape our kids? Should he have a second chance
No.
at a good government job?
No.
Huh?
No.
Should he be working here?
No.
They told me he fired. I came in this morning, they said this man was fired. He came up the stairs and laughed in my face. So you know what? Tiffany, you fired. I'm trumping you. You fired. You out of here. Resign.
I'm sorry.
Resign. You are no good for black women.
Woo!
You are no good for black women.
Right.
We had the black woman beat at Shell. 4 days later, we had a black woman dead
Shot
at
at
Baba's. And then now we find out we got the raper man
You raped 2
working
other
in
13
Dolton.
years old.
Raped 2 teenage girls at gunpoint. Pistol whipped them, everything.
Left 'em for
Did
dead.
25 years in jail. But he's welcome to work in Dolton for a second chance.
Is he a resident here?
None of them are.
Wow.
We don't have a register. We don't have a resident requirement to work in Dolton. That's why
However-
Dolton is like it is.
But when we sat on the board together, what was one of the main things she used to say? Hire Dolton residents, hire Dolton residents, hire Dolton residents. Hire any
The
Dolton
main
residents.
thing is she
No.
needs to go. I don't care about no ex-politicians. Y'all had y'all chance.
Recall.
She needs to go.
Yes.
No recall. She needs to go. She needs to be woman enough to step down like she stepped up.
That's right.
Period. Or
There
we
you
out
go.
here every day. I'm out here every day. I'm going to be out here every single day until you are gone. You don't care about black women, black children, black life, black jobs. You care about rapists.
A rapist that she
You
had
care
around
about
children.
rapists. And it's okay if she want to give them a second chance around her daughter, but not with my tax dollars and my children.
Right.
Point blank, period. You make those decisions on your own. As a mayor, you don't make that decision for everybody.
Absolutely.
I don't want a rapist here. If you want them at your house, take them home, sis.
Thank you.
I don't want them here.
That's right.
Period.
Right.
That's right.
Come on, baby.
This is sad to even see this going down like this, you know, and she should resign. I'm all with her.
I'm
She
with her
should
too.
just be a woman enough
Resign.
Hold on, what she
step
saying?
down, step out, because she,
Every holiday, they sit comfy at the table, G. They sit comfy at the table. And now y'all gonna let the rapist man sit at the table and she take the table. No,
That's not right.
we gotta go.
Tiffany need to resign.
yes,
That's it.
yes.
We don't want no
Time for her to go. Time for her to go. The blatant disrespect, you know, with the rapists, you have him working, the blatant disrespect with the residents and especially the trustees. I can't I'm so proud of my trustees for
Yes.
standing up to them.
Yes,
I'm just
absolutely.
asking everybody to give my trustees a hand with this exception of Andrew Holmes because he ain't stepped up to the plate.
He's not a Dolton resident.
He's not. He needs to step out wherever he's from. He needs to quit along with her.
All fraudulent acts.
At one point in time, Andrew Holmes ran for mayor of Dolton.
Andrew Holmes ran for mayor.
Yeah, that was
Andrew
the
Holmes
vote.
was looking for a headliner. I don't want everybody to get this twisted. He was looking for a headliner.
Thank you.
Somebody to headline his ticket with the name recognition so they can pull the votes from the trustees that was running against him. That's what it's all about. And so since Andrew Holmes was known in the city of Chicago as an activist, you know, some people questioned that because of the young lady that got caught in the freezer.
Oh, yeah. Didn't that just disappear all of a sudden?
So,
What is that?
Yeah. The girl that disappeared in Rosemont.
one that died in the freezer, and he went and stated that they had investigated and it was an accident. So that was an untruth. But anyway, Riley needed a headliner. So he had Andrew Holmes to headline his ticket. So he can get all of the trustees to vote for whatever he wanted them to do. So that was the reason Andrew Holmes came to town. Then Andrew Holmes crossed here and ran for mayor. And thank God he lost. Because Andrew Holmes, and I'll tell him if he was standing right here, do not know municipal law, do not know government, don't know how Dolton works, don't know about a bond, do not know about a tip, do not know diddly squat, as the old people would say. And that's what my take is on Andrew Holmes. When Tiffany goes, she needs to take him with her. And I am so proud of the trustees that's on that board standing up to this tyrant.
What is your thoughts about Andrew Holmes not standing with the family of Alexis Wilson, please?
Andrew Holmes snuck over to Miss Wilson's house. And unbeknown to him, he was being videotaped by Ring Doorbell. You know, Ring Doorbell has to get shout outs to you. And he started blasting Tiffany, talking about her, how she got up there and how she was wrong in saying that her police officers were justified in shooting that young lady without the facts. He also talked about Sean Howard, but he mainly focused on Tiffany and how wrong she was, and then every time it never failed. Vote come up, something Tiffany want, he right there with it. And I wonder, see, y'all gonna make me talk too much.
Talk.
Let's go. I wonder, do we have anything to do with his alleged girlfriend working for the village of Dolton?
Who's alleged girlfriend?
Andrew Holmes. Is he trying to keep her? Is he trying to keep her with a job?
Yes.
By selling the people out? That's a sellout to me. You go down with the ship.
That's right.
You don't sell us out. You stop giving us a damn chicken. You stop giving us free gas. You stop, or better yet, take the chicken, take the free gas,
Add more
and
to it.
vote for somebody else. Because those are not public figures that I just mentioned. Tiffany Henyard and Andrew Holmes. Get the book.
I heard that you said about Andrew's an activist. What do you have to say? Alleged. But four activists were arrested. Can you elaborate why he didn't stand with the activists that were arrested, please?
That's a good question. Ask Tiffany. Maybe she got the answer to that. He only do what's feasible to him. Okay? That wasn't feasible. I just mentioned about the young lady over there at Public Works. They just got a big promotion. That's allegedly his girlfriend. So maybe he's trying to keep all the money in house. I don't know. You know, maybe that's something that you all should ask Andrew Holmes and start asking him, how does this village run? Ask him questions about a tip. asked him why is he voting the way he voted.
Okay. I got one more question.
Go ahead. Come on, bro.
I want y'all to grade Tiffany so far.
F.
F minus. F minus.
Why? Just one reason. Somebody. Huh?
One reason.
Yeah.
So because she didn't stand up to what she proclaimed to do as a mayor when she got into office, because she not only shut the trustees down, she shut the residents down, and you cannot do this job by yourself. That's why they have trustees. Exactly.
Anybody
It's
else?
the board of trustees, not Tiffany board. It's the board of trustees.
Can anyone answer the question as to how many elected officials are connected towards Tiffany?
What hires? How many hires are connected to her?
In that position? How many are connected to her?
Sure. Well, she have an appointed position to appoint the supervisors. So let's see. I don't want to name names. I'll name the positions. You have the position of the chief of police, the assistant chief of police, the fire chief, the assistant fire chief that happens to be, I can speak on him. To my understanding, he's a boyfriend of one of her cousins.
That's the deputy fire chief.
That's the deputy fire chief. You have Dorthy Brown, okay, the administrator, the godmother. You have, let's go to the public works director. You have him. You have code enforcement. You have a cousin. You have another young lady that just came back that Mayor Riley fired because she went out and inspected, allegedly, a house that Tiffany owned, and she's in court right now, unless they settled out of court, with Miss Smith, because there was mold in the house. Mold in the house that Tiffany Henyard owned. Now,
what about the gentleman who was, I can't think of his name, but wasn't he a park commissioner in Chicago Heights? And
he quit. Perez quit last week and he got too hot in the kitchen. He was a supervisor for
William Moore, who hasn't worked in 10 years.
The water department. You have William Moore,
who hasn't worked
in 10 years.
Still getting paid?
And he working for the village of Dolton. Shoot, let me go in there and give me another application.
So that's ghost payroll.
What about the new hire of the PR that was not approved by the board?
I don't know where she came from. Tiffany pulled out her hat, hired her illegally, because you have to get the hires now with the consent of the board.
The PR person.
The PR person.
Who argues with residents
with the consent of the board, and they did not consent to hire her.
She's a reality
star. So what she's doing is saying, forget what the trustees say, forget what the trustees do. I'm doing what I want to do because I am the mayor. And that's unfortunate that she's doing that. And that's one thing that I want to see change, because you have to work with somebody. You can't do the job by yourself. And you can't hire all your families and friends. These are our tax dollars, some of the highest in the state, right here in the village of Dolton. And that's unfortunate.
Well, you have to remember the two people that are running the village of Dolton, the mayor and her assistant, neither one of them pay property taxes here in the village of Dolton.
Right. They don't have a stake in here. They're not paying no property taxes. Andrew Holmes, I want to know where you live. What house have you purchased since you've been out here?
Right, that's the question.
And do you have a stake in Dolton? No. That's what I want.
87th and Loomis.
Okay.
87th and Loomis.
Yeah. Right down to the mill. Shout out to the mill. So that's why we're out here today. Because we got all this money. We're tired of being tired. We're tired of these so-called politicians coming into our community thinking that can I say this word, that the damn job comes with a cash register. The job does not come with a cash register. You have to have a love for people in order to do the job. It's not about you. It's about all of us. It's not about your family. One thing I can say about Riley, I will give him one kudos. He did not hire his family. Okay, now I can say that about him. The one thing. Because the other things look just like it's looking today. You know, and that's unfortunate.
So what's the difference between Riley and Tiffany right now?
Not much. Man and woman. They're
Genitalia.
That's it.
So if you had to take either one, which one you would choose?
Neither.
You move.
Does anyone else want to respond to this? Anybody else? You have y'all? Okay.
What's the question?
She spoke already. She
While
good.
we're here, what change you want to see come into this city?
We can't do it by ourselves.
Come on.
She just need to resign.
Yeah, go first.
I'm sorry. Future dog is doomed.
Put that little mask down a little bit so we can hear you clear. You can put it back up. It's y'all village. I don't know.
You mean you asking if she what now? Looks like it.
That's the only question I get.
Come on.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Just like former trustee Stubbs, my name is former trustee Sabrina Smith. And I tried to stay quiet on a lot of stuff. I really did. But there's really no other way I can describe her performance other than piss poor. It has been piss poor.
And what is that characteristic done? What was that? Explain that, please.
What explained piss poor?
Yes, please. Your characteristic of her work? Okay.
It's been absolutely horrible. I feel like I'm looking at things from this direction. We sat on the board together, right in that building. She sat there. I only sat there for 4 years. She sat there for 8 years. And in those 8 years, from then to now, I have seen no professional growth. I see the same person who ran for trustee, the same antics. Y'all hating on me and this and that. Nobody is hating on her. Nobody hates her. This is our home. Just like so many people have had a stake in this village, I've been in this village since my parents bought that house in 1987 when I was 17. I'm now 52. So yeah, I have a stake in this village because they're both gone now. So I pay the cost to be the boss. I pay all bills, water bill, light bill, gas bill, property taxes. I have to protect that home, our home. And I don't think she sees it that way. She only sees to protect certain things. She wants to do certain things. Everything she said was about transparency. Transparency this, transparency that. And if you really stop and go back and look at her campaign,
She ran it up there.
That's right.
but that's it. There was no platform. There was nothing else except transparency, which can be a big umbrella, but she has not done that. She has done none of that. She has no platform. She has no plan for us. No plan whatsoever. And you knew there was a problem, just like with Riley. Riley brought people in, they were on his ticket, but when they started working with him and seeing the true character of her, the person, they all fell away. That includes Jason House. That includes Valeria Stubbs. That includes a lot of people because they came here. Okay, yeah, he may be, the character may be a little horrible, the same with her, but we can still all work together because that's what we're supposed to do. And just like Riley, all of those people fell by the wayside when it came to Tiffany because she started showing her true character. And we don't matter.
You all wanted her to resign. Do you have a candidate in mind to replace her?
No,
Not yet.
we'll get there.
But I follow the lead of people like Sherry and other people that I don't even know if they are here, Queen and Valeria. I follow the direction of these people, and I see these things, and I can't believe it.
I might have to run.
watch.
Come on, girl, we got you.
I did not watch, not this meeting because they walked out on her, but the last 2 board meetings, I did not watch. You know why? Because the first one was 3 hours, almost 4 hours long.
It was almost 5 hours.
No, that was the second one.
Yeah.
That was 4 hours, almost 5 hours long. That's not good leadership. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Pack the agenda so people leave the meeting.
That is the definition of piss poor.
Do you has there been any pursuit of outside of the city since the lawyer of the city is not providing you guys what you need? Has there been a pursuit of the Attorney General mayoral?
You know the thing?
Yes.
There has been.
Yes.
What has he done?
No. We've sent information to him for an investigation.
How long ago did you send the information?
Well, you know.
See, that's the problem.
Hold on. We are not the only person in the state of Illinois that have issues that he's in charge of. So therefore, we just have to be patient and keep flooding him with information on what's transpiring out here in the village of Dolton.
We'll send him this video.
And we'll keep sending him. And if he don't do what he's supposed to do, then I suggest we go down there and see him in person.
This job is elected too. That's what these elected officials have to remember. They are elected. It can be 2 years, it can be 4 years, it can be 6 years. But it can just be that one term. Okay? Because they come in and they promise all of these things, but the only thing we ever get is a food box. You know, and you know what? And here's my thing with that. We want more. Our communities have been redlined for a very long time. You want to keep us out here in redline communities? That's fine. But give us more than what you've been giving us. You don't want black people to associate with this community or that community. I'm sorry I had to say it that way, but the truth be told. We need to start asking for more. We have been so used to a certain type of benign neglect for centuries that when someone comes with a box of food or they giving you a $10 gas card or something like that, I'm not going to say it's insignificant because it's not, because people need these things, but we need more things. We need grants for home improvement.
Yeah.
We need, I need home improvement. There are so many people who have been in these communities and they need these things, but they don't trickle to our area. They trickle north, or they'll trickle to, look at South Holland. When you leave here, go and take a look through South Holland. See how a board works. Go through Homewood, go through Tinley Park, go through those community, Riverdale. Come on now. So you go through these.
They got $7 million to do their infrastructure.
We need these type of things, and they're giving us peanuts. They're giving us all these peanuts. You know, they gave us the free store. It's called Free Indeed, right over there in the lot with the church. You'll be able to see it. It's called Free Indeed. But here's the thing. That's great. Maybe they should start them in other communities as well. But don't say, I started this store. I look at what I'm bringing you. And then you show these pictures, and I see you with someone who used to work at Dortton Township, who now works for the Greater Chicago Food Depository, which is fine. That's fine. You know what? But like I said, bring us more. Because yes, people need to eat. The holidays are coming. All kind of things are happening with people. Bring us more than turkeys. Bring us all of the things that. Oh, hold on. I'm patient. That was on purpose. Peace in the family. I'm patient. I've learned to be methodical. But basically, that's it. She ran on a platform of nothing, which was transparency, which we aren't getting. And they keep giving us the same thing over and over again, which is, again, nothing. It has to end. I'm ready for it to go now. Amen. So the only thing I need to know is, I talk to who with the right mindset can go in that position. And here's my thing, and I'm quite sure other elected officials will see this, and I'm quite sure Kathy people, you'll go to start hearing different speeches. But if you do not hear an elected official use the words we, us, or ours, don't vote for them. I said it. Don't vote for them. Because they always say, I can't, I. It's not about you. It's about us, our community. We as a people, whether you're black, white, green, red, purple, or brown. But that's what it's about. Peace out, Tiffany.
Resign.
Somebody said resign.
Resign. Resign.
I am truly grateful as a 40-year resident in the village of Dorthy. I am grateful for this young lady right here, that she is bringing a voice to us. And because that's what we need right now. Because unfortunately, the elected official has tried to silence our voices. We have no in-house meetings, as has been previously stated.
Yeah.
Which is wrong. We have a sitting mayor that talked about transparency, and we have none, because it's all about the I syndrome. On the day of her inauguration, I specifically spoke with her, and I said, be careful of who's in your ear, and do not develop the I syndrome, because it is not about one individual. We, as a community, as citizens of this village, the people that voted for her, voted for the trustees as well.
Right.
And so it's a collective thing. It's not an I thing. It's a we and a us. And the trustees have our best interest at heart, because the mayor does not.
Period.
She is not thinking about the community, the residents. It's strictly about her. I live in the oldest part of Dolton. We have crime on a regular basis. We have shootouts on a regular basis. I have no trust, no police sitting on either end of my block. It's hard for them to come in my area on a regular basis because there's so much other stuff going on, or they're sitting on her block where her mama's house is, where she lives and her daughter. I need police protection too.
Why are we protecting her mama and family when she's not there?
I'd like to know the answer to that too. I even asked that question quite some time ago. What make, just because you're a city official, and I want to know what ordinance, that I still haven't had that question answered, what ordinance gives you the authority to have the protection round the clock that you do on your block and nobody else?
Did you all ever vote on something like that, Valerie?
No.
Because I know we didn't.
Was she threatening any? Did y'all know? Was she threatened?
She was threatened.
By who?
But it was probably
She didn't get an arrest.
You protested for our house.
Right.
She said
Why she didn't get nobody arrested if she's somebody threatening?
See, that's the thing. I asked that.
Yeah.
She got who arrested? That's
and
right.
she also have them escorting her to her job.
At South Suburban College.
To South Suburban College.
It's poor. All the way around.
That's what she had. We house right here on the street, right down there with them.
So, can I just say one thing? What I, I have gotten inbox messages from residents. I had a senior call me, and I welled up with tears because it fueled me for today. You know what I'm saying? Because this senior citizen, she was in tears as she talked to me about what's going on in Dolton. You know, people call me because they feel like I know what's going on. People call me because once Miss Henyard won the primary, I supported her. Because I was like, hey, it's either her or the other person. And we thought that with the dream team, because the dream team is very, very strong. She has some strong people on that team, and I want to I mean, that's what they told me. I'm just keeping it 100. So people are reaching. I'm not an elected official. I just care. I've been here. I watch the things that go on. I'm a mother. You know, I watched the pain on Kara Wilson's face. I went to her house and I spoke with her. And no one from the village of Dolton had talked to her and gave her a condolence other than the fire chief. He was the only one who went up to her and honestly gave her a condolence. I mean, what do we have here? It's just too much. So people are coming to me. It's not about her having haters. Nobody hates her. I actually like her. Look, people have seen it. You saw me at her protest, her violence, her cancer walks, when she decided to clean up on my side of town because it's very neglected. I got sick. I fell out. And she was genuinely concerned. So I'm trying to figure out what happened. So it's no hate for her. We just want to be a part of what's going on when it comes to running this village. We cannot allow our tax dollars to be used this way. It's just sad. It's not right. You know.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Do you have any aspirations of running for mayor?
No. No, I have been asked that. You know, I like my private life.
Yes.
You know, and I also feel
you sound like you know what the issues are.
I do know what the issues are, but let me say this: I like my private life, and I feel like politicians have their hands tied. They have their hands tied. So you know, I think a lot of them get in office and they say, I am, you know, we will. But then when they get there, they get controlled by machines. So we talk a lot about Trump and we talk a lot about the Republicans, but this is a Democratic town with Democratic machines like Ms. Brown running things for us who know nothing about municipal laws. We have an attorney that apparently knows nothing about municipal laws. Why is this happening? And why are they able to just do whatever the hell they want and nothing? And you know, people say, well, the trustees need to do this and do that. They've done it. But that's just like if you leave your car keys at home and you got a teenager and you go to work and you say, don't drive my car. What are they going to do? Drive your car. They know about things when it happens. So we need to figure out, and what we need to do is we got to get Big Brother to pay attention. Our state reps, our senators, our governor. I spoke to J.B. Pritzker. He had a small gathering when he was running in South Holland. I was one of the people that was there. It was a very small gathering. And I talked to him. And he asked me, well, what, you know, what's going on in your town? And I said, well, you know what? And this was long before this administration. I said, we need Big Brother to be there for us. We have nothing. We get politicians that won't say anything. They're quiet. They don't care. And he didn't do anything he said. He knew about our water bill problem, and I didn't even have to tell him about it. So we know he knows what's going on, Governor. What about our state reps, Mr. Jones? What about Robin Kelly? What about Napoleon? Where are they? You are Big Brother to a town called Dolton, a village, a municipality. We are not Chicago. We never claimed to be Chicago. So why do we have ex-Chicago employees and church members of, what is it, King Valley? What church is a girl? No, King Valley, somewhere with Ms. Brown. Why do we have all those people in our village? There were supposedly 18 plus hires before we even passed the budget. Where do you do that at? And then you got to look at the employees. People were calling Ms. Brown to ask her about LaBelle. She said she didn't know anything about it. Bullshit. You are the second in charge to the mayor. They want to put it on the director of administrative services, and that girl has worked in this village for 15 years diligently. She has lived in Dolton probably all her life. She does a good job, and they are throwing her under the bus. She does not have control over anything. We got to start holding the people accountable who are the ones that should be.
It's live uncut and edit, people.
On Thursday at 3 o'clock, some of the protesters will be at the court hearing right around the corner at the old village hall next to the police station. And we would like for you all to come out and support us as protesters. The protest, the court hearing is at 3. So we're going to continue to be outside. We need as much community support as possible. We will be standing with you all. We will continue to stand with you all as we have been standing with the family of Alexis Wilson. We want the mayor to be accountable, but we do want her out. And to be very clear, we're not ashamed to say that she's not a poor job for the residents, but she's also not a poor job as a black woman. So it's actually embarrassing, and it's something that we feel strongly about. Bring the person on the ground. We bring in a male resident. We slap everybody in the face continuously. And don't think that the machine is not a part of this choice. They are directly responsible for this lady's tyrant ways, and that's why they are quiet and they are not supporting us right now. So what we have to do is put our power in our voting and make sure that we hold these elected officials accountable that are not coming out here calling what she's doing out. Because in any other municipality, if a sex offender was hired, did not register, and she snuck them in, she would be on the hot seat and she would be out of here, and so would he. It would be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So we're going to continue to stand with you all. When you see us standing out here, we're standing out here because we support the residents of Dolton, but we also feel strongly about community. And we want to make sure that when we are represented in a fair, just manner, and we're going to demand it. We're not asking for it, we're going to take it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, LaShawn. And I want to thank you publicly for doing what you do. And you've been in Dolton more than some of our residents.
This is my boo.
That's right.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, people, that's live uncut unedited,
Thank
people.
you, everybody, for coming out.
Thank
We're going to be doing it. So anybody that has something to do, we just want to do right. We just want to do right. That's it, that's all.
All right. No justice, no peace, huh?
No peace.
Could I say something about the court case?
Yes, go ahead.
You know, and I'm sort of speaking for you all here. You know, the way that people are talking about how the city is just a lack of transparency, they're even doing this, you know, with this case. The lawyers have asked for the body camera footage from it to be turned over. It hasn't been turned over yet. And that's just something that legally the defense has a right to. They're there today that they're even saying, like, oh, we don't have, like, they can't find this court date when they ask the village. Like, we don't know about this trial. Absurd. I just want to say, you know, we're seeing this, like, lack of transparency. It's just protection of people when they get a little bit of power. And then, I just want to thank everybody for coming out and inviting me out. I hope to see you Thursday, and hope people, you know, keep speaking up, demanding, you know, what they deserve. A decent life, not having to pay some of the highest taxes in Illinois for some of the worst services. You know, Amazon moved in and Markham, they got $700 million. And, you know, I think it's good for people to get those jobs. I don't think our town should be paying for Amazon to be paying poor wages to people.
I agree.
And, you know,
Thank you.
a lot of issues discussed, but no, thanks everybody for coming.
Thank you.
I'm John.
Live uncut unedited, people. We are here. One plan.